I'm willing to bet you're a good person. You want the best for yourself, for others, for the planet, for everyone and everything. And if you're like a lot of us, you're trying to figure out how do you take all that goodness and bring it to life in our political and civic world. It's not easy in these times that we're living in. Well, I'm Doug Padgett from Vote Common Good. And at Vote Common Good, we try to help all people, but especially faith voters, to make the common good their voting criteria. If that's something you'd be interested in, be sure you subscribe to this channel and keep up with us and all the work that we do. You can even find more information over at votecommongood.com. We're into all this because the common good is really important, and it's not boiled down to one simple definition or one simple policy position. It's more the way we approach the world. And while we can't always define it very simply, we know it when we see it. And even more importantly, we know what it's not when we see it. The common good, it's been around as long as there have been people. In fact, it's the animating force for this idea of the United States of America. It's what we find in the preamble to the Constitution that reads, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." I mean, it's got a great lyrical sense to it. But the common good is not just a political impulse. It's also something that we see in our religious traditions and even in our secular humanism. When secular humanists advocate for the notion of reciprocity, they're talking about the common good. When the Hebrew scriptures say to treat the alien and the refugee as you would want to be treated because God cares for the orphan and for the widow and for those who are considered unvaluable, it's calling us to the common good. It's what we see in the Christian teaching when it reminds us that Jesus taught us to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, and that the Apostle Paul encourages people to not just care about their own interests, but the interests of others. And the Bible goes on to say that you can't love God and then turn against your neighbor. And it's what we see in the Quran, where it says that one is not a true believer until they want for their brother or sister the very things that they want for themselves. When great leaders of Sikhism say to value others as you value yourself, to avoid creating enmity among anyone because God is within us all. It's what we see when the Taoists remind us that our neighbor's loss or gain should be taken as our very own. When Buddhists and Hindus say do not hurt others in any way that you would find hurtful. In all of this, we find the common good. You know, this really means that good-hearted people, Jews, Christians, Muslims, secularists, any of us, we can't only be voting and acting for our own best interests, thinking about our own family or our own political party or our own way of being. Well, committing to the common good, it isn't easy. You know, good things rarely are, but it is possible. And it's possible when we all go together, reminding one another that we all do better when we all do better. We'll see you soon in other videos here on this channel, and if you want to find other resources and ways to be connected to this community along your journey to the common good, you can see us over at votecommongood.com.